If I'm buying a house right now, should I have a radon inspection? And if the radon test comes back high, what can we do to make the home safe? On today's home buying tip video, we'll talk about radon testing and radon mitigation to make sure that the house you're buying is safe for you and your family. First off, what is radon? Radon is an invisible radioactive gas that is emitted by the rock and sand and stone around the foundation of a home. So there is the possibility that you may have elevated levels of radon in your home, and radon's dangerous. It is the second leading cause of lung cancer in the world. So it's something that new home buyers should pay attention to and get their home tested. How common is it? It's actually fairly common here in Minnesota. About 2 in 5 homes, so just about 40% of homes, have elevated levels of radon gas within them. Most of those homes are older homes, but it still can occur in more newly constructed homes. So let's talk about the test that an inspector will do to determine whether you have elevated levels of radon. The test can be done digitally, or there is an old school analog charcoal test that can be done. The digital tests are more accurate and take measurements over the course of 48 hours on 1 hour basis. So you get readings throughout that time period as to what the levels are throughout the testing area. Most of the time the test is done in a downstairs bedroom because that's where most of the time would be spent on that lower level. If there's no bedroom there, it would be in the middle of a space away from doors or windows. So a 48-hour test goes on and the radon test results come back. In Minnesota, the radon test level or threshold that is given is 4.0 picocuries per liter. I don't want to get deeper into that, but that's the threshold at which above that it becomes dangerous or is deemed dangerous. And what can we do? We can ask the seller. As a buyer's agent, I will have my buyers ask the seller on the inspection to put in a radon mitigation system, and it is quite commonly agreed to by the seller. It's customary for the seller to pay for that if the radon test comes back high. A radon mitigation system goes down into the foundation or the subfloor, the area below the concrete slab, and goes into the drain tile, which most homes have in the area. If they do not have a drain tile, an area is hammered out so that air can be drawn or the gas can be drawn out of the foundation and up through a stack, which goes through the roof of the house with a fan on it. So it actively draws the radon gas out of the home. It sounds incredibly involved. I'm kind of surprised that it doesn't cost more. Most of the time it's between $1,500 and $2,000 to have an active radon mitigation system installed. Since 2009, all homes built in Minnesota are required to have a passive radon mitigation system. A passive system is nearly identical to the system that goes in on a retrofit basis to older homes, where a pipe goes down into the slab and goes through the drains in the slab and draws the gas out of the slab. The difference is that there is no fan that's actively pulling the radon gas out. Another piece of the requirement in the Minnesota building code is that there needs to be an outlet in the attic near the tube where it exits the roof. So if a new home buyer of a new construction home wants to test to see if they have high radon, they may do so and find if the levels are elevated, all they need to do is install a fan in line in the attic space, and that probably is $200, $300, $400 instead of having to install the entire system. Most of the time, a passive radon mitigation system will reduce the radon gas in the lowest level of the home by enough so that the home is safe. If you have any other questions about buying a home and having inspections on the home, or whether radon should be a concern for you, I'd love to be a resource for you. Please let me know. I look forward to helping out.